The popular bald podcast host Joe Rogan has over 2,300 episodes with a variety of people, ranging from dickheads.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
You know that 800,000 to 1 million kids get kidnapped a year? Do you know that?
Is that real?
I don't know. Look it up. I don't know.
Where'd you read that?
I don't know. I mean, somewhere online. I don't know if it's true.
To those at the very top of their field.
The reason that white people are inferior is because they don't have enough melanin in their skin.
Now, what have all these hours fed into? Does Mr. Rogan remember it all? What is the criteria with which he retains certain information and discards the rest? Why does it seem appropriate to some to categorize him as a mere conspiracy theorist or a gateway to the alt-right? This comes down to Joe's values. This has everything to do with Joe. There's a certain group of people who see the world through the lens of Breaking Bad. The world is an immensely complex place in which we constantly need to take into account heaps of different variables. The issue with this is that there's too many. How do we solve this problem? Well, we solve it by valuing things over other things. To apply this to our principle, when a member of r/OKBuddy chicanery engages with the ever-complex world of a infinite number of facts, they see it through a lens of values primarily oriented towards Breaking Bad. This is how everything becomes a Breaking Bad reference. Alright, back to Joe. So as we have established, all 2,300 episodes go through Joe's filter. But when Joe goes through the Joe Rogan experience, which Joe comes out and why? I'm not really sure. And I don't care about figuring it out. Let's talk about why you are a bad person. What are you feeding into when you doom scroll Instagram Reels, Twitter, or Reddit? Jerk off 4 times a day, rotting away at home. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the reason you forget everything you read, unless it's a porn magazine or a manga. Maybe you're the reason the world isn't significantly better for all. Maybe you're too cowardly to live your life properly. How do you feel knowing that everything you remember, you only remember because it feeds your porn addiction? How does it feel knowing that your personal god is porn? You read your school material and forget everything. Of course you do, because what does all that have to do with porn? How do you think EDP with an IQ of 47, unlike Sneeko with an IQ of 95, was able to remember 200 porn stars and rank them? Is he a genius? No. His memory is just reserved merely for porn stars and kindergarten locations. Let's get into some archetypes of people, generally on Twitter. Number 1.
This is the verse in the Bible that convinced me to buy Bitcoin. Proverbs 23:20 that says, buy the truth and never sell it.
Crypto dropshipping, Andrew Tate, Jim Bro, Sigma, Jews run the world archetype. Mild anti-Semitism. Aryan Hitler rapist, 1488. Christ is king, anime girl profile picture. Jews run the world archetype. Strong anti-Semitism. Brock, is this true? Philosopher or American president profile picture. Verified on Twitter, into artificial intelligence, centrist but really right-wing, Jews run the world archetype. What's the point of reading a book like Crime and Punishment if it somehow adds to this?
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's Jews. Jews did that. Only a Jew could think of that, a Jew or an Indian. White person would never do that to you. You know? A white person who actually cares about stuff would never do that to you. A black person wouldn't do that to you either. A black person wouldn't even think of that. It's insidious. Black people aren't even sinister enough. Like, they don't have that evil scheming to do that. Black people mug you for money. They're not going to concoct a scheme like that. That's Indians and Jews working together to rape your life.
Thanks for watching.